Hey y'all, it's mid-June in North Georgia and today we're talking about squash bugs. If you're anything like me, you're having to fight the fight. So today we're going to talk about how to minimize the issues with them. So if you're dealing with squash bugs, that means dealing with their eggs. And one of the things that makes dealing with their eggs a lot easier is vertically trellising my squash whenever possible. So specifically with my summer squash and zucchini, I train them to go up this pole so that I can see the bottoms of the leaves and the stem a lot easier so I can check for eggs. I just use one of these fiberglass stakes that is driven into the ground, and then once every 4 or 5 inches or so, I just take some twine and tie it loosely around just so the whole thing doesn't fall over. It does not need to be tight, otherwise you can cut off the plant's circulation. Squash bug eggs will hatch every 5 to 7 days or so. So about every 3 days, we kind of do a scan through the garden looking for them. I have one of my helpers here, and he is a pro at looking for squash eggs, and he has actually found some. We're going to show you how we deal with them. So Zeke, why don't you come on over? This is what our squash eggs look like, or squash bug eggs look like. And we just use duct tape. So go ahead, Zeke. You just smush it on there nice and hard. And then they come almost completely off. You have to do it a couple of times, but there you go with minimal leaf damage. So then once you've got them on the tape, you just fold it over and you can squish them and throw them away. One of the other things that you can do to help deal with squash bugs is just by growing resistant varieties. Now, unfortunately, there aren't any zucchini and summer squash that are particularly resistant to squash bugs, but things like butternut and acorn squash are, so you can gear your garden that way if you have a real problem with them. The unfortunate truth about squash bugs is sometimes you're going to lose, so you kind of have to plan for that too. One of the ways that I deal with that is succession planting. What you want to do is not wait until you lose the battle to plant extra squash. So what I've done here, even though my squash are doing great right now, is I've already started some more zucchini and summer squash for the day that I might lose the battle. So you'll notice with all my tips and tricks, the one thing that I do not do is I do not spray chemicals. We've just gotten bees here on our homestead and I don't want to risk anything messing them up. So we don't spray anything and we seem to do okay, especially if I have backup plants ready to go, we're doing just fine. So I hope that this has helped you deal with your squash bug problem, and if you want to see more videos about our garden, check this out.